Okay, a couple more things we want to talk about in type. From our last video, or if you do the type choice video, you'll see we talked about basically the personalities of type and how to make some wise type choices. I want to also mention in that one of the reasons to pick a sans serif typeface like this one is it's more readable on a screen. As we made the transition from print or something like a newspaper, which traditionally serifs were easier to read on. That's why they chose Times and various typefaces like that in serifs. They led the eye and made it easier and less fatiguing to read. The same thing holds true for screens. So sans serifs are a great choice for things that you're designing for the screen. So now we want to talk about what about multi-line typefaces. In this case, we have some lorem ipsum or Latin type, just for placeholder type. And you can see, seems kind of readable, right? But they start to blend a little bit in. And there's a few things, obviously, typeface choice, weight, and all that are going to be part of it. But we can also start to deal with leading. In this case, we can make it wider. Obviously, I want a little beyond the box. Now, if you're looking for a lighter feel, right, a little more readability between the lines, you can open up your leading. And leading, in this case, is just the difference between the baseline, which is the bottom of the type here, and the next baseline. So when you're measuring between the baselines, or the bottom of the type to the next line, bottom of the type. And it gives you a lot of really nice options. So you'll find, and there you can look up, there's rules of thumb for it. So you know, as a designer, I call it creative license. You can do kind of what you want, but there are some rules to follow. In this case, though, we want to, you'll notice here that there's a setting you can set to auto, which essentially gives it a couple of points away from the size of the typeface. Right? You look at, ended up being auto is 14.4 for a 12-point typeface, but you can adjust it to whatever you want. You can be pretty huge. Now, obviously, if you're going that wide, it's probably going to be hard to cram all your stuff into the page or onto the screen, but it gives you some choices in how you want multi-line type to feel on the page or on the screen. So, you know, you'll see in sort of some more avant-garde, right? Are you going for sort of a graphic appeal, or do you want it to be readable? Now, my preference is obviously you want it to be read, but you might be just trying to highlight words in this case, or a couple of different words, and you want it all crammed together. So know that you have, leading is a great tool and choice to allow you to give it a little more air between, like we see here, or to crush it down and make it a little more compact. All right, so go out there, practice some leading, see how it works with your typeface choices, whether you're going serif, sans serif, the weight of it, the size of it. Start playing around with these things because you don't get to be a better designer without actually doing it.